Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Tonight, we're talking about Jack and Lilly Sullivan out of Pictou County, Nova Scotia. The RCMP has been using cadaver dogs in the area. We're going to talk about that, but we're also going to talk about the inconsistencies of the stepfather and the mother, along with the family. I'm Justin with Clutch Them Pearls, and we're going to get started right after this.
Better tighten them pearls, dropping cold facts. Got the truth for the world, no smoke, no fluff. Just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch, better tighten the pearls. Dropping cold facts, got the truth for the world. No smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is September 25th, 2025. It is currently 9:45 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Hello, my beautiful pearls. Good to see you all in here. Thank you all so much for joining me. We're talking about the case of Jack and Lilly Sullivan out of Pictou County, Nova Scotia. They have been missing for 4 months, almost 5 months now. Way too long, way too long. There unfortunately has not been any confirmed sighting, any confirmed anything for that matter. And it's devastating. It's devastating. And they deserve justice, as every soul deserves justice, whether they are out there alive, they have been wronged. If they are deceased, they have certainly been wronged. And they deserve justice. And what we do, we try to find the discrepancies in this case, and there's been a lot of them. From day one, the mother has done one interview in nearly 5 months of her children vanishing. The stepfather, on the other hand, has talked repeatedly, and as he has spoken repeatedly, he has absolutely very easily provable in many cases that he's shown deception. And the question remains, why would someone be deceptive in a 4 and a 6-year-old who are missing? A lot to talk about. If you guys don't mind, I would really appreciate it before we get started for my chat and the replay crew. If you don't mind, please hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly, greatly appreciate that. And consider sharing the live out for extra bonus points. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. Hope everyone had a good break while hope Joyce, is Joyce in here? Hope she got her supper done. Hey, Cecilia, you're breaking my heart. How you doing, girl? I'm so good to see you, Cecilia. You're an OG girl. It's so good to see you, Cecilia. Where is Soldier Girl? Hope she's okay. Yes, I haven't seen her in a couple days. I was asking someone about her earlier. She might be out on the town doing her thing, dinner done and dishes washed. How you doing? Yes, ma'am. She was here last. I thought it was night before last, Jen, but maybe it was. Thank you, Leslie. Good to see you. Susan, Sherry, Sassy. Uh, oops, going fast now. Ruby, Pam, Susan, Forget Me Not, Angel, Carol, Robin, Panda, Barb. Dustin is crying, in my opinion, guilty of an accident he or his dog or vehicle. You're not the only one who finds Justin suspicious, and I can't say I blame you because the only one I actually believe with all my heart and soul is Belinda. I've not seen anything where she's lied or even had a reason to lie, right? Belinda has been the most truthful. She is been really the OG for Jack and Lilly. Oh, good, Cecilia. Good to see you. Oh, thank you, Shannon. Thank you, baby. Yeah, Mama Cico's. Love you, Shannon, too. Thank you so much. I appreciate you very, very much. Good to see you. I'm the same. I only believe Brenda. Yep. 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 And the family was supposed to be investigated by. Really, Panda? You need to email me or text me. Thank you, Shannon. All right, guys. So a lot to talk about today. I'm working on some very interesting stuff right now in the Jack and Lilly Sullivan case. I can't really talk about it right now, but I'll just say I'm working on the reports. And we'll do a little bit tonight. I can't really say what I'm doing per se, but we'll get there. We'll get there. These children need to be found. They need to be found. And we have got, as Canadians, as people in the United States, as a whole, people that care about this case have to hold the RCMP accountable. They promised that they would not stop until Jack and Lilly Sullivan were located. And we're going to hold them to that. We're going to hold them to that. It's sad when it's one child. This is two. Two children just don't go missing. And when they do go missing, they're found quickly. Hey, Belinda, good to see you, darling. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. So yeah, they must be found. They must be found. And for me, what is really upsetting about the RCMP, you guys know I'm always support law enforcement, and I truly respect law enforcement, and I understand um, that it is easier for people to just say, "Oh, well, they should do this, they should do that," and it's easy to say that. I get it. It's actions speak louder than words. I completely understand. I've taken a lot of classes, you guys know that and all that. So, but the thing is, you can't say, well, they're not out there. Well, they're not, nobody took them. Well, they passed a polygraph, so that means all kumbaya, right? When we know there was things happening in this home. There were things happening. It was toxic from the floor up in every way you can imagine. Let me be clear. None of us are perfect. None of us. We're all human beings. We are all flawed. We all make mistakes, right? But they weren't even trying at the very end, it seems like. And I say this almost every time I talk about Jack and Lilly. I do not believe Jack and Lilly would be missing today if it wasn't for one person. One person. And that is even if they ran away. Even if they ran away, I don't believe Jack and Lilly would be missing today had it not been for one person. Everything started when Malaya moved in that environment, got in that relationship, right? Now, she is just as responsible, maybe more so, because that's her babies. That is her babies. And that is what you are supposed to protect, even over yourself. And for a mother to leave just 24 hours, 36 hours in to your children vanishing. I don't care if I ended my relationship with him there on the spot. I would say, Janie, roll over. I'm sleeping in the RV tonight with you. Yes, they can, Belinda. And that's why I would like to see if Daniel would take me up on a polygraph test with certain questions laid out, making sure a certain test is performed. All expenses paid, Daniel. All expenses paid. All you got to do is hit me up. Let's go. People who have nothing to hide, hide nothing. Nor do they lie. Nor do they lie. Hey, Cindy, good to see you, babe. Thank you so much. So Did y'all know that Miss Junkyard Janie, she has more property? There have been sassy. There have been a lot of lies. And again, Daniel, we knew absolutely, he knew in the first few days, max, that Belinda, do you know what day they found the blanket? Was that Saturday? Was that Saturday, Belinda? It's okay, AK. Because on the 5th, he tells the news. It was Saturday, right? Okay, thank you, Belinda, for that. Because which would have been the 3rd. Saturday would have been the 3rd. On the 5th, he is telling the news, quoted, that the blanket is not Lily's. Now, why would he say that if he knew it was Lily's? Why would he say that? Oh, thank you, Hobo. Thank you, baby. Good to see you, honey. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, my love. Appreciate you very much. You received one of those pearl necklaces. Make sure you thank our dear Hobo. She's very kind. Very, very kind to us. Thank you, my love. Appreciate you very much. Why didn't Janie, Daniel, Malaya mention hearing a 5-speed around after midnight? Well, they completely deny that. I think we know why. Not a coincidence. Yeah, I think everything was done. I think everything was done, in my opinion, by 6:15 that morning. We do know what time Cindy arrived on the scene. I can't remember, but it was nothing like Daniel was making it sound. Yes, guys. And again, please pray for Mr. and Mrs. E tonight. Middle E. He goes for a surgery in the morning. God, please put your hand on Middle E and Mr. and Mrs. E. Please, Lord. I get emotional thinking about it. I think they're both involved. Why are they not telling on each other, in my opinion? That's why they're not telling on each other, in my opinion. I agree. I think the only thing they are united in my opinion, the only thing that they are united in is not, in my opinion, telling the truth. And Belinda, I should probably I need to email you back. I know you emailed me the other day. I apologize. I haven't emailed you back. I need to tell you something about that, by the way. Got a couple receipts there. Linda, thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, my dear. Good to see you. Thank you so much. They're trauma bonded. Well, you know, I think that, I mean, this is the thing. If, in my opinion, if it was just Daniel, there's no reason for Malaya not to come out and be like, this mother, did something to my kids. And now I get my other daughter taken away because of this SOB. It has, and so would Daniel. They would throw each other completely under the bus. Now, Daniel has kind of thrown Malaya under the bus, and she's been quiet pretty much. But it's got to be something, again, in my opinion, and just from working these cases for so long, it has to be something, in my opinion, that they can both get in trouble for. Both of them get in trouble for. Now, it could be someone snapped. Again, I'm working a case in Florida right now. Mom snapped. She unalived both of her kids, almost the same age as Jack and Lilly. Said they overheated out in the car. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Hey, Squid, good to see you. So it happens. But the thing about that is, you would think that Malaya would just say he snapped. He was on, the math, and he was paranoid and he snapped. So usually in these experiences, it's got to be something that they can both understand, that they can be locked up, get in trouble for a long time. And the only thing I can think of is a neglectful accident, meaning there was rugs in the house, they got in them, and something really bad happened. Again, another 2 cases I've watched recently. One was math laced with Finny. The guy, the dad, he was paranoid. He wanted everyone to be quiet in the house. And if they would make any whispers, or kids can't be quiet for that long. You know that. They think someone's coming after them. So they lock all the doors and they make everyone quiet while they're doing their rugs. And then when the kid got loud, he beat the child to death. Another one, there was rugs in the house. There was just a little bit of residue uh, in the living room. Little bit of residue on the table. They didn't even know it was there. Guess what? One child died. The other child barely survived and was in a coma. It happens every day, unfortunately. Every day. Well, I agree with you, Charlotte. I agree with you. And that's why I think, in my opinion, it would have to be something like a neglectful accident. What I call a neglectful accident, meaning there was something in the house, kids got in it. You didn't mean for them to get in it, but you left it out, or you dropped it somewhere, something like that. I've thought about that, Bobby. I sure have. And I've kind of spoken on that before. I've wondered that. I've wondered if Justin was there. Daniel's a jealous type. Could there be something like that? I don't know. I don't know. But I've thought about it. I've thought about it. Thank you, Denise. Thank you. Okay, guys. Did y'all know, I did not realize this listening to this. I did not know Belinda had more property. Did y'all know she has 7 acres? Did y'all know she had 7 acres? Let me find it here. Here we go.
A piece of land, but the land that I own is between my exes and my brother. It is 7 acres and there is no water.
Janie,
It's
I
not
don't know what I
by the
said.
ocean, it's not by anything. There's no brook on it, there's no water at all on it. So if you go to Google Maps, you will find a piece of land between my exes, which is Daniel and Justin's father, and my brothers.
I apologize. I said Belinda. I so apologize. I meant Janie. Obviously, Janie. Just listen to this.
I do own another piece of land, but the land that I own is between my exes and my brother. It is 7 acres and there is no water. It's not by the ocean, it's not by anything. There's no brook on it, there's no water at all on it. So if you go to Google Maps, you will find a piece of land between my exes, which is Daniel and Justin's father, and my brothers. And that would be on the Lansdowne Road, not the Lansdowne Station Road. Repeat, the Lansdowne Road.
She has 2 acres on that property, but she has another piece of property, 7 acres.
And to correct Haley and whoever else, the piece of blanket was found on the Lansdowne Road, not the Lansdowne Station Road. I cannot answer questions about that blanket because I was not here when it was supposed to be found. I'm just hearing where she said it was. I'm correcting her that it was the Lansdowne Road. The only time that I was here to have any part of the blanket was when the cops, RCMP, came here and asked about the blanket to Daniel. Daniel and Justin did go to the garbage and showed the RCMP officers the rest of the blanket. And I can vouch for the blanket being put in the garbage because I seen the day that Daniel put it in the garbage.
You said you don't pay any attention to them over there, Junkyard Janie. You said you have no idea what's going on over there. But conveniently, out of all the days you saw him put a pink blanket in the trash. No, Janie. No, I don't believe you. I do not believe you at all.
Because I told him not to bag it too heavy. So Daniel did put the blanket in the garbage.
Of course you're going to say that. Of course you're going to say that. I guess she goes to the trash. Danny, honey, don't fill the trash too much. All right? Don't fill the trash too much, honey. Oh, I've got this. I'm going to make a... Let me see if I can do it real quick. I'm going to make this I'm going to make this a clip. I need to edit it. But let me see here. It might be this one.
And whatever you guys want, big boy. And I'm going.
Listen to her.
And whatever you guys want, big boy. And I'm going to mention this too, okay? Daniel is a big boy.
That part. Daniel is a big boy. Daniel's a big boy. Miss me with that, lady. Miss me with that. Linda, thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you, my love. Good to see you, Miss Linda. Thank you. Very kind of you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, love. And joyous. You are incredibly, incredibly, incredibly kind to me. Thank you so much, Mamacita. Appreciate you. We can do it, El Kennedy. We can do it. If you received one of those pearl necklaces, make sure you thank our beautiful, joyous, very, very kind of you, Miss Joyous. Truly do appreciate you. You're always so kind to me, my dear, and I do appreciate you. She thinks that he is 12. Well, yeah, and he's in his 30s, but she says, that she doesn't defend him. He doesn't need defended, but she defends him, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. There's some interesting things. Was going through a little bit of the documents. I'm making a whole organized document right now on the document, but I'm making my own, organizing it. And there's a few things that I would like to cover. Maybe I should play Daphne's real quick, because before we start that, 'cause Daphne did a very good video. I was talking to her earlier, and she said I could play it here. I want to play a little bit of this. Credit goes to our friend and mod, Daphne's case files. Mods, could you please drop her link if you don't mind? Look at those two little souls. Look at them. Daniel, Malaya, Janie. Look at those little babies. Look at them. Look at their little eyes. If you know something, you need to say something. Stop thinking about yourself. If they are out there, placed somewhere, anywhere, it's time to give it up. It's time to give it up. They should be running around, laughing, giggling. They should have had someone there to give them a schedule, comfort, teach them, all of that. Belinda, question. I just thought of this. In the documents, it says that Jack and Lily's room is the same room, but it's sectioned off. What does that mean? Because Malaya says in the document, if it wasn't sectioned off, the kids would have been up all night. They wouldn't have gone to sleep, and they would have stayed up all night. How did they do that? Like, was there like a wall up? Was there a curtain? They built a divider wall. How big was their bedroom? I thought it was partition. That's the way the document sounded. It was like, yeah, so it's a wall up. So how big was their room when you saw it? Like each section. It's just amazing to me that Malaya would say, well, if we didn't separate them, they would stay up all night. Malaya knows how to put the kids to bed. She did it before, I'm sure. Oh, I figured when you was at the house, you probably saw their room. I wasn't okay. Okay. That's why I was asking. I figured you had saw the room or something, so I wasn't sure. I mean, the trailer's tiny anyways, and it's probably a 1970s trailer, something like that. And we were looking, the average second bedroom in those trailers is like a 10-foot by 8-foot. And if it's divided in half, that's no bigger than a closet. I mean, it fit a bed in it. Yeah, and that's the thing I never understood. If it's a 3-bedroom, why didn't, instead of dividing the room up, why not put them in the other bedroom? Right? If that was the reason, this is very confusing to me because Malaya says they wouldn't have slept if we didn't divide them up. Right, the rooms would be very small, but it is a 3-bedroom trailer, so why not put them in the other bedroom? Give them a bedroom of their own. Maybe third was a playroom. It could have been, Janet, but the thing is, if they both have a room, it's their room, it's their playroom, it's everything. For Daniel's other children. It's probably what it was. It's just very weird. It's very weird. Because I mean, like I said, if that is the average 1970s trailer mobile home, the size is 10 foot by 9 foot. And that would be, I mean, you can fit a bed in it. That's about it. Right? That's like 5 foot by 4.5 feet each. I mean, prison cells are bigger than that. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Okay. Oh God, what happened? Okay. All right, here we go.
On Thursday to go run some errands in New Glasgow. That was like the dollar store. And then there was 38 minutes unaccounted for in this
Listen to this.
timeline.
Listen.
All right, let's get started with this. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel. That way you do get notifications when I post new stuff. Let's go. Okay, I'm showing you this because Daniel said they stopped at the Circle K gas station in Alma when they left their house that day. So they left their house at 12:10 p.m. on Thursday, the day before, the day prior, they went missing. Okay. So if I can find it. So there's no Circle K there in Alma. They said one was close, like in a different town in Conway. But if you put in, I did Circle K at 5197 East River Road because this is the map that they took that day. They went this way here, guys. Okay. Remember the Dollarama's over in this area. So this would be in New Glasgow where they went. Okay. So you have 21 minutes, 23 minutes, and 24 minutes. Well, we know that they took the 289. Okay. I know there's like an older, like a little side road here. I think that they took home here. Anyway, so
Okay, guys. 1 second. I've got to refresh. Apologize for that. I have to refresh. Here we
let
go.
me know if I'm wrong down below because I'm just going off the maps here. All right. So 21 minutes it takes to get to the Circle K. All right. So let's go to here. Okay. I'm going to scroll up here. The kids did not go to school because Malaya
Deborah.
thought Lilly was sick. That's weird, right? They all left the home around lunchtime, which was 12:10 p.m. We have proof of that, and got gas at the Circle K in Alma. Well, we just found out there is no Circle K in Alma. So then went through the Tim Hortons drive-through for food.
In
Okay.
my opinion, if anyone was sick, it was because they were dope sick.
Okay, so now I'm going to go back to Malia's map here. So we are missing
Yeah, how do you 100%
some time
know?
here, okay? And between this time and that time, that is 38 minutes unaccounted for. All right?
38 minutes.
All right. All righty, let's see here. That's 38 minutes unaccounted for. And it's 21 minutes if you go to the gas station. So that's not adding up really, right? Okay. That's not really adding up. Now we're going to add in. So I don't know. I'm really I'm very interested in this time
No,
missing.
it's a wall. It's a wall.
Also because we know that this area through here. Now the kids were spotted that afternoon. They were spotted that afternoon. So
well, this is the thing. The documents, from what I've read so far, it doesn't say they were seen. It says they were heard that there were kids in the back. And you got to realize when Jack and Lilly went to town, that means they stayed in the car. They didn't get to go out. Daniel and Malaya did not take them out anywhere. If they went to go get food, it was to the drive-thru. I want to show you something interesting as well. I'll show it to you in a little bit. But Daniel's coworker said he heard them. Yeah, Mohawk, but I don't see it on the document at all. I don't see it. Sheila, I don't see. Maybe I haven't read that one yet. But
something happened here. All right, stay tuned. Okay, so I'm basically going to go back and forth between
trying to remember
phone tracking, GPS, and
Dollarama.
what Daniel said. So this says for Thursday, tracked her movements Thursday. She went to the following places. They left home at 12:10 and they drove for 39 minutes. Then from 12:49
listen to this
to 1:27, Malaya was shown at a missing visit, which she thought was her, which I'm going to say doctor's appointment to get blood or to give blood, not get blood. I don't know. Maybe she was getting blood. Who knows?
I always thought they did too, but I haven't seen it in the document yet.
She said she went in and grabbed a few things.
I know that's what RCMP says.
Went to Lawton's at 2:48. She remembered they picked up some Tylenol and diaper rash cream for Meadow because she was teething. Then they drove between 2:52 to 3:11 and they arrived home at 3:11.
I remember that, but I just haven't seen it.
On her
I realize that's what they said, but I just haven't seen it in document. That's what I'm talking about. But I get what you're saying for sure. Hey, Maurice. Thank you, baby. It's good to see you. How you doing, girl? Hi, Mama Maurice. My beautiful green cousin, my pearl family. Came to shit. No. I'm so sorry, Maurice. I'm so sorry. That makes me want to cry. I'm so sorry, Maurice. I loved your mama. I'm so sorry, honey. That's tough. It's tough. If you need anything, I'm here. I want you to know that. I hope you know that. Our condolences. No warning. Maurice, my mama died without a warning. So did my dad. And I can tell you, it's so shocking whenever you lose a loved one quick like that. Now, my dad was not old, but my mama, who was my grandmother, actually, she was old. And in the long run, I'm grateful that she wasn't like, because I worked at hospice, and I'm grateful that she didn't lay for 6 months and just fade. So I'm glad of that, but it doesn't, no words make any difference. When someone dies, you just have to get through it. Time. You know what I mean? But let's all put some prayer hands for Mama Maurice. I'm gonna cry. She was a big fan of the channel. And yeah, let's give Mama Maurice a heavenly blessing. She has won her reward with her Lord. So I am incredibly sorry. We love her so much, and we still do. We love you too, Miss Maurice. If you need anything, honey, we are here. We're here. It's tough. It's tough. All right, guys. Let's get back to it. Okay.
Google Maps here. Okay. So right there, 311,
I know.
guys, 311. Okay. But I want to point out something to you. See, it shows that you can edit these things. But I'm sure the RCMP has software that can tell if it's been edited or not. So the RCMP is talking about, okay, so how they left home at 12:10 to 12:49. Okay, so there's missing time there. 12:49 to 1:27, that's 38 minutes. That's unaccounted for. Okay, and then they were driving from this time here, 1:27 to 1:44. They arrived at the Dollarama. So from 1:27 to 1:44, that's 17 minutes.
And you know something, I still cannot get over this. I was just thinking about this while them traveling, and I just thought about them being the laundry day before, which it took them an obscene amount of time to do some laundry, allegedly. And Daniel and Janie saying that Malaya did not bring any clothes home. She had no clothes, nothing at all. I just don't believe that. And one thing I would like Malaya, like if she doesn't speak about the kids or anything else, can you speak about that, Malaya? Anybody that talks to Malaya, can we get a comment on that? Can I get a comment on that, Malaya, please? Like, because I don't believe Daniel said that she left all of her clothes over there. No. She sent the kids. No. Mm-mm. No. I mean, I'm sorry, but you're going to know. Even Daniel's going to know because he's a control freak. The document says Petty hadn't seen them for months. I know. But it's ridiculous. The laundry would have been don't together. I don't know what you mean by that. Well, she was wanting to get Jack and Lily stuff. They had like 5 bags of clothes or something like that. Take care, Maurice, honey. Need anything? You got my number and my email. They probably had them in one room so they could lock them in together. Well, you remember what Marie, or not Maurice, sorry, I've got Maurice on my mind. You remember what Malaya's stepdad said? He said, allegedly, he said Malaya, one of the kids complained about Malaya locking them in the room. I don't know if Malaya would do that, but I think Daniel
19
would.
minutes from getting blood work, I guess.
Send me the
Maybe.
info, baby.
I don't know. To the Dollarama. Now, I'm sure they have ways of checking this out if she did give blood. But the weird thing is, when you go to Daniel's, he said they stopped at Circle K. All right? So.
This game, you're not ready for it.
Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. I apologize. You shouldn't be getting ads. 1 second.
Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful day.
Okay, here we go.
Then went through the Tim Hortons drive-through for food. Okay.
By the way, and it's not working. What is going on, YouTube? Man alive. It won't even make the window bigger now. Like, I'm trying to make the window bigger. It won't even go bigger. It freezes. By the way, the night, it was Thursday morning in the ad. I just read it. I'm dumb as hell sometimes. I am. All right, look at this. You know what Malaya said they did Thursday morning? They were all up by Thursday morning by 9 o'clock. You lost connection twice tonight. I don't know what's been going on the last 2 days. And so they were all up by 9 o'clock. And she says they all get up to go get breakfast. So does she not cook at all? Does she not cook at all? Like, do they go out for every single meal? Which would be, expensive, a family of 5 or 6. Especially if Janie went. Right? Well, did you see the kitchen? Yeah. I don't think they went to grocery shopping much, probably. Yeah, I got that. I got that. Yeah. I mean, that would be expensive. And that makes me wonder, because again, we did not hear about her making dinner the night before. We wondered why she wasn't making breakfast. Maybe summer clothes that were washing, possibly clothes that gave her for the kids. I don't know what you mean. I mean, Baby Blue, Justin, could the kids' clothes possibly be maybe summer clothes that were washing, possibly? I mean, it could have been, but I don't guess it would have mattered either way. I don't guess it matters, right? So right here, I pulled some things here. Janie McKenzie provided 2 statements to police on May 2nd, 2025 and May 5th, 2025. So the day that they went missing, Janie provided a statement, right? Second, third, fourth, and Monday. Friday and Monday. The following is a summary of what she said. Janie said Lilly and Jack are her step grandchildren. She lives in the camper on the same property as the residents from where Jack and Lilly went missing. She said she saw them all week. Regarding Friday, she said the following. On Friday morning, she got up at 6 a.m. and had tea and cigarettes. Around 7 a.m., she went out and tended to her chickens and let her, I'm going to insert here, hairless dog out. She went back inside and played game on her phone. Listen to this. She got a call from her brother Ron at 8:48 a.m. And they talked about going to town. After she was done talking to him, she went back to bed and must have dozed off after scrolling on Facebook, not TikTok. She originally, listen to this, she originally said she might have learned the children were gone around 8:48 a.m. Come again? What's that? 8:48 a.m. Now that would be early. That would be early. Really early. Look at it. Right here. She originally said she might have learned the children were gone around 8:48 a.m. That's when her brother called. That is exactly right, Brandy. Dispatch said they last seen the kids around 8. 8:24 was the missing. You're getting it. Yes. Bingo, Mohawk. Call made at 10:01. Yes. It's a whole family affair. It sure is. It sure is. I need to pull my notes here. All right. Now, let me show you a little. I'm going to show you a little discrepancy. Let me finish this. She originally said she might have learned the children were gone around 8:48 a.m. before she talked to Ron. Before she talked to Ron. This was the original, which the original is the most important. I can't stress it enough. What Janie, what Daniel, and what Malaya said in the beginning is the most important thing. Once we call them out on their bullshit, that's when they change. Okay? Maybe. Is EMF not feeling good? I didn't see your message. Hope you feel better, EMF baby. God bless you, sweetsies. Love you. That's right. But she's saying she might have known Jack and whether the kids went missing before or after your brother called. I don't think Ron was calling to see if Janie wanted to go to town. I don't think she ever laid down to play her Timu and all this stuff, in my opinion. I think it's all fabricated. That's why there is so many inconsistencies. Daniel says, yeah, I woke my mom up. She came out on the porch and was like, what's going on? Janie says, and still, they won't talk about that part. Won't talk about that part. Now maybe they will, but they won't talk about the part. Janie says, I never came out and, saw Daniel and when he was yelling. Never. Daniel says, well, I was yelling so loud, Mom came out of the porch. Those things like that are big things, really big things. Meadow is not a newborn. She was 16 or 18 months when they went missing. She might have learned at 8:48. Might have learned. Yes. Yes. Okay. She originally said she might have learned the children were gone around 8:48 before she talked to Ron, but later, next interview, clarified the timeline on her May 5th statement, her second statement. Isn't that amazing? You had time to get your shit together, didn't you, Janie? Her dog started barking, and that woke her up. She heard Lilly and Jack in the background playing on the swings and laughing. I mean, Daniel and Malaya says Jack and Lilly were in the house just laughing and giggling and playing. Silence. Janie says Jack and Lilly were outside. They were laughing, playing, giggling. Silence. Okay. She heard Lilly and Jack in the backyard playing on the swings and laughing, then dozed off again. How long? How long did you hear them, Janie? Has anyone ever asked you that, Janie? How long was it while you heard them playing? It's amazing that the dog wakes her up just enough so she can conveniently hear that there is two children who were home the previous day because they were sick and are home again that day because one of them supposedly sick, but we don't hear anything about a fever. We don't hear anything about medicine. We don't hear anything about getting up off your ass and checking on sick children. But they're outside giggling. Interesting. Thank you, Lolo. OG. Aw, we love you, darling. We love you, Lolo. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you so very much, sweet Lolo. You are such a sweetheart. Good to see you. So, well, you know why? If they were sick, you know why I think they didn't go to the doctor? Because Lilly had bruises. Lilly had bruises. Hey, Sandy. Good to see you, Mamacita. Didn't Danny say they were seen by his job that day? Durwood and Jordan lived 1/2 mile away. Rumor that Jordan denies is that Malaya and kids seen in yard. I don't know. I don't know. Didn't Danny say that they were seen by his job that day? I don't know by his job. I can't remember. I'm not sure about that. Does anyone know in chat? Thank you, Miss Sandy. Wish I could answer it for you, honey. I don't want to tell you something I don't know. Interesting how M said she picked up Tylenol and diaper rash cream for Meadow because she was teething, yet picked up no medication for Jack and Lily who were sick. The coworker seen Daniel, yes. That's what I knew, but I didn't hear anything about being around his work. I just heard a work coworker. All right. Listen to oh, wait a second. I might have cut something. Her dog was barking that woke her up. She heard Lily and Jack in the backyard playing on the swing and laughing, then dozed off again. She woke up again when she heard Daniel yelling for Jack and Lily. She didn't think anything of it because Jack liked to look for bugs and get into things when he was doing that. So she thought Daniel might have been yelling at Jack for that reason. Now, tell me, what can he get into? Can you give me an example, Junkyard Janie, about what he could get into looking for bugs? What can a 4-year-old actually get into looking for bugs? And anyone knows this. Said it before and I'll say it again and I'll continue to say it. We know the difference in people's the way they yell, the way they cry, right? We know the difference. Jack, get out of there. Jack, Lily, Jack, Lily, where are you? You know the difference in a child's cry. If they're fussy, it's that little, cry, little, right? If they're hurt, they fall, it's that, cry. You know the difference. If you have ever raised a child or been around a child. And as nosy as Janie is, I don't believe it, because nobody, here's another thing they don't talk about. I'm giving them points so they can talk about not everything, but I'm giving them some. How does Janie wake back up and just go out on her porch and Malaya standing there with Meadow on her hip? Like, she hears Daniel and she dozes back off, and then she gets back up, and the next thing she knows, she's just going out on the porch. Not that she's been called. Thank you, Miss Belinda. God bless you. We are praying for you, sister. Praying for Jack and Lily all the time. Get some rest, honey. You can catch me on the replay tomorrow. Listen to me on your way to your appointment tomorrow. God bless you. Good night, Belinda. Thank you, butterflies. Thank you, dear. Do we know what time Thursday Malaya reported kids absent? Yes. Which I'm going to get into. 6:15 or 6 something like that. So Justin, Janie says she heard them playing on the swings. How? There was a huge pile of wood under the swings that they moved before Janie's interview. Really? I did not know that. It was cold. I don't think it's that they've outsmarted the cops, because I know a lot of people will say, do you really think Daniel Mathtel could outsmart the cops? No, I don't. The thing is, they have to prove it. Sometimes you know, right? Sometimes you can prove it, but sometimes it's not enough overwhelming proof yet. Okay? And that's a big key distinction. You have to have overwhelming proof. Not just proof, overwhelming. Yeah, well, we will make sure. Listen, Daniel will take me up on it free of charge. Absolutely free of charge, Mr. Mathtel. Come on. You have nothing to lose, Daniel, right? The only thing I will give to the polygrapher is a check and the questions. Thank you, Miss Joyous, lovely Margaret. Thank you so much. Not to beat an old horse, but in the original photo, it shows a huge pile of wood where the swings would be. That's what y'all are saying. Hold on. See if I've got some pictures here. Let me look at this. 1 second. I don't remember that, so. Let's see if we can find it. That would be very interesting. I'm trying to see if we got some. It must have been, when was it moved? Because in this, you can tell there was something there, but there's no wood there. It's just dead grass. Yeah, neither is duct tape. I think Daniel is under one big microscope. Well, I mean, Daniel, if you want, you want me to get you on Nancy Grace, Court TV, anything like that? They can provide it. Let's get you a retina. Get you a retina one. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look. If anybody's got the picture, you can send it to me. 307-228-4906 or alljustice, the number 4, the letter U at gmail.com. All right, let's get back to it here. Okay, here we go. All right. So it continues. Daniel might have been yelling for that reason. When she came outside after waking up again, meaning again, Daniel was screaming, and she says this in the recording too. Daniel was screaming for the kids. She didn't think nothing of it. She dozes back off. Right? She dozed back off. Hold on, what was that? I just missed something. I think so. Someone email me something. Okay. Didn't get nothing, but we'll look at it in a second. So Daniel's yelling for the kids. She goes back to sleep. It was moved multiple times, Justin. So think about this. Daniel goes and looks up in the woods, doesn't knock on mom's door at all. That's the strangest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. You're going to go to all the adults or anyone living that can speak on the property. Hi, have you seen Jack or Lilly? Janie would have, if her story was true, well, I just heard him a few minutes ago. You were yelling. Didn't go and ask. That should be a huge red flag for even skeptics, because that is one of the first things Daniel and Malaya should have done, is check the adult, check Janie on the property, right? Of course. But Daniel doesn't do that. Neither does Malaya. When she came outside after waking up again, she saw Malaya standing at the rock pile holding Meadow. Again, what prompted her to wake up, get up, and then just go outside? And she sees that's pretty convenient. in my opinion. Pretty convenient. Very convenient. When she came outside, after waking up again, she saw Malaya standing at the rock pile holding Meadow. Malaya said Jack and Lilly were missing for redacted, it's 20 minutes, and she had called 911. Okay. Why would Malaya be standing there? Why would Malaya be knocking on Janie's camper door? Why? Hello? You're the mother. She's just standing there like a bump on a log? Why? That is not normal. That's not normal for a dog missing their puppy or anything at all. Daniel, Janie, Malaya never looked into Janie's trailer. Huge red flag. Yes. Maybe not. But I'd have knocked on her damn windshield. Tell you that. And listen, you don't think Janie or Malaya standing out at her windshield, Janie's windshield, that dog isn't going to be barking its head off? Because Janie said there was not another dog there. The news says a dog that barks at everything. Belinda says the dog doesn't shut up. Other reporters have said the dog doesn't quit barking. So that dog, if it was Janie's, sounded like a big dog. Now, Justin has a big dog. She has a little small, medium dog, right? Why is this dog not barking? Because the dog barks in the windshield all the time. All the time. Thank you, L'Oreal. Good to see you, love. Appreciate you. How you been, girl? Thank you so much. Thank you, L'Oreal. Good to see you, honey. Appreciate your support, my dear. Good to see you. Mods can drop my email. Janie already, where was that? Slipped up and said she said they said that, hold on, Janie already slipped up and said that side knew that the kids were missing before her brother was called. Yeah, she did. She did. And then on the 5th, changed it. Convenient. You know whether your brother, whether the kids are missing before or not, your brother calls. Because if your brother calls and you knew that they were missing, you're going to say, Ron, I can't talk right now. Jack and Lilly are missing. I got to go. Click. You're going to know. These things are etched in your brain forever. It scars you. Whether innocent or not, it scars you. Either way, it scars you. It's traumatic. Email to send pictures to. Mods, do y'all get my email? Or here you go. I'll drop it right there. Oh my God, Joyous, honey. Thank you, honey. You're so good to me. Gosh. Thank you. I just emailed Daphne to send you the photo of the wood piles that was under where the swings would be. Okay, honey. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Oh, what's this? I just got something. Ooh, I have not seen these. I don't think I've seen these. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I actually have seen these. But let me just bring this up because this is a good point. I've showed these. All right. First of all, Daniel says Malaya's time of 10 a.m. is wrong. I'll just leave it at that. It's not wrong. It's 10:01 a.m. Right? It's 10:01 a.m. Yep, exactly. It was 10:01 a.m. and it was right, Daniel. So why is he trying to make it seem like Malaya is not telling the truth there? She refers to me as her partner is weird too. She never does wording like that. She seemed so okay. All right, this is Daniel right here. My mom was napping and came outside because she heard me yelling that morning for the kids. That never happened. You just saw me read what Janie said. I was laying down. I heard Daniel yelling for the kids. I thought Jack was into the bugs or something, and I didn't think nothing of it. I go back to sleep. Daniel saying, I was yelling so loud, I woke up my mom. Okay, Robin, thank you. Mom came out and said Malaya had a look of worry in her eyes, that mom was home. Where else would Janie normally be on a Friday morning? She doesn't work. I don't think she drives. If she drives, she doesn't drive much. She doesn't go anywhere, hardly ever. No tears. She wasn't scared the kids were gone. Just a look of worry like she got caught for doing something wrong. How could Malia be doing something wrong whenever you guys were in bed together the entire night, according to both of you? She never yelled once for the kids' name trying to find them. Oh, okay. So what? Now check this out. Now let me show you this. Damn, where'd it go? Hold on, guys. Too many things open here. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Why does it keep doing that? All right. Right here. All right. And this is what Daniel says something very similar on his interview, that sit-down interview. She called 911 when I ran up to the cabins and yelled for the kids, which causes mom to come out and confront mom. I arrive a minute later, got into the car and checked culverts and the dirt roads. I checked Lansdowne Road and I didn't see the blanket during the drive. Where was that blanket found? Lansdowne Road. He says it right here. Not, I didn't see the kids. Not, I was looking and this happened or that happened or I heard this, I saw that. I didn't see the blanket. Got it, Daniel. Thank you, Butterflies. He's basically telling us, right? It's kind of like your hand getting caught in the cookie jar. Like, did you eat a cookie? You're asking a kid, no, I didn't eat a cookie. What, you're saying there's a blanket down that road? Well, I drove down that road. I didn't see a blanket. Didn't see a blanket. She called 911, and when I ran up to the cabins and yelled, it's a typo, the kids, which caused mom to come out and confront mom. Well, this is another very bad inconsistency, right? Because Daniel, Janie says that she hears you yelling for the kids. Going to bed, Angel. Good night, baby. Love you, sweeties. Have a good night, honey. Get some rest. Thank you, love. So get this. Daniel says, or Janie says rather, she hears Daniel yelling. You just saw it. And she goes back to sleep. She dozes back off. And then the next thing she knows, she's out on the porch and she sees Malaya. I know you're watching, Daniel. I know you're watching, Janie. Might as well join chat. Stop being a coward. Stop being a coward. Why don't you answer some questions without some lies for once? Anyway. But if Janie went back to sleep, then why is he saying Janie's hears him yelling, and then she goes back to sleep, and then a little while later, is Daniel still out there yelling? He's still out there yelling. How long is he out there yelling? He can't be out there yelling for 15, 20 minutes because time is ticking. And the 911 call is made at 10:01. It's made at 10:01. Janie doesn't think nothing of it. She goes back to sleep. She wakes up a little bit later. And Daniel says, well, she heard me yelling as I'm going up to the cabins. And I come back down and mom's there. Daniel says it takes him 30 seconds to go up to the forts and come back. His words, not mine. She called 911 when I ran up to the cabins and yelled for the kids, which caused my mom to come out and confront mom. I arrived a minute later, got in the car, and checked culverts and the dirt roads. I checked Lansdowne Road, and I didn't see the blanket during the drive. I returned home and the RCMP just got there. So about 14 minutes after the call was made. You said you had to wait on him, Daniel. You said you had to wait on him. Hold on a second. Let me look at this. I arrived a minute later, got in the car, and checked culverts and the dirt roads, plural. I checked Lansdowne Road. How did he check culverts? He also says in other ones he checked rivers and streams and was up to his waist in water. How did you do all of this in just a few minutes? But more importantly, why did you go on Lansdowne Road out of all the roads, Daniel? There was multiple ways to go. And Daniel, you told me in this chat room when you left, you first went left. When you left the house, you first went left and then you say you went right. So when you first left the home, you say you went left, which is the opposite way of Lansdowne Road. Yes, he did, Callie. I can pull up the text. How far did you go up there, Daniel? Hey, Sarah. And then you would have had to turn around and come back. And then you said you went right. How did you check all of these rivers, streams, roads? Oh, wow. Thank you, Minnie. Yes, towards where the old road was. Yes. And by the way, Daniel, see, this is he's just lying. Janie says she sees you back behind the house. Back behind the house. She never mentions seeing you right there. Right? If you're going up the hill for 30 seconds and you come back down the hill and you say Malaya's there and Daniel jumps in his car and Janie's getting on her shoes, you're all there at the same time. And then Janie gets on her shoes and runs to the backyard. Okay, Joyce, thank you, honey. And runs to the backyard, like she says, like behind the house. How is Daniel up there? He had just gotten in his car and left. Yes. She said back behind the old road. Yeah. Do you believe Janie more than Daniel on the timeline? I don't believe either one of them. I think if one of them would tell the truth, it would be Janie more than Daniel. But I think she's lying for him, in my opinion. Or I think she's saying what she knows and she defends him. Because Daniel never mentions being behind the house there, seeing his mom. Never did mention it. Only Janie mentioned that. Only Janie mentioned that. Right? And you can't take your car back there. They had to cut a tree so you could get back there. The RCMP did. So there is a lot of discrepancies right there. Well, yep, there he is. Look here, guys. See that wood pile underneath that? See the wood underneath there? That's what I'm saying, Mohawk. Exactly. Exactly. How are they swinging? Yeah. How are they swinging when there's no fucking swings and there's wood underneath of it? Exactly, Joyous. You got to have swings, and you could tell they just duct taped it because he's so fucking lazy. He just wanted to make it look like their story. This photo was taken very early on. So the dog don't pee on it. Good God. Yeah, I think they're still there. Chat's on fire tonight, Shannon. Deborah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And the thing is, if we know this, RCMP has to know a hell of a lot more. Drones fly over my house every single night. If you want to see a 60-year-old and a 30-year-old boy, have at it. Do you think someone actually drives out Lansdowne Station every night and puts up a drone, Janie, to see you and your over-shoulder boulder holders? No, they don't. Don't flatter yourself. Just a swinging. Don't flatter yourself. Hold on, let me find something. I gotta find something. This, I don't know why this woman reminds me of Janie. Hold on. This reminds me of Janie in every way possible. Let me show you. Crap. Here we go. This reminds me of Janie probably 20 years ago with the same dog, though. Doesn't that remind you of Janie? The last time I had a pap smear, the doctor needed rubber gloves and oyster shucker. Oh, my little Danny. Oh, God. His hair's falling out. Don't you mess with my 30-year-old boy. Look at Panda Bear's message. Did she text me or is it in chat? Why leave wood out to get wet? Everything else is wet around there. She's the one that says the last time I had a pap smear, the doctor needed rubber gloves and an oyster shucker. Thank you, Joyous, for giving me a membership. You are awesome and generous as well. Ah, thank you, Laurel. Mama's family lady. Hey, I'm kind of the Mama's family. When I do my Daisy Basham, I kind of look like Mama's family. Vicki Lawrence. Is Ron Janey's BF brother? Is Ron Janey's boyfriend's brother? Maybe. You never know. Population is only 100. If you know what I mean. Slim pickings in them parts. Saw a photo of what? Yes, you do. I saw that photo of you at one in her younger years. Yeah. Janie's brother sounds like they are besties. Yeah. I mean, to call you 3 times before 10 a.m., something's going on. That's awesome. Oh my God, Justin, I'm trying to paint. Here's Janie singing, What a Wonderful World. I see trees of green, red roses too. Something, something. And my volume's low? My volume's not low. And I says to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, Dan. Little Danny and Justin. Lord, I tell you. You tore your mom's loins out when I had you. Good God. You was a 10-pound baby, Danny. What the hell happened? Now you little scrawny fucktard. I tell you. What the hell's wrong with you? I bet Ron was gutted when his sister canceled their date. Probably. Did Justin take a lie detector test? I think he did. I see trees of green. Danny's meth pipe too. And I says to myself, kiss my ass, Malaya. I don't think anybody refused a polygraph that I'm aware of. How you doing? Skies are blue. Listen, it makes you see trees of green and trees of purple. You see a lot of color. It's kind of dim around here, so we gotta have some color to liven up the place, you know. I'm a kid of the 60s, if you know what I mean. Yeah. That's right. Smoke them if you got them. And Janie smokes the 1000s a day. She asked for smokes. Well, that is from The smokes are from, she says, the girl. She's dreaming. The smokes are from, who was it? I think it was the CBC reporter. They bribed her. Yes. They bribed me with dog treats and cigarettes. How would you feel? Would you want to talk to anybody? Would you want to talk to anybody? Of course. Why is Janie's last name McKenzie and Dan's Mathel? Well, let me tell you. Once upon a time, I got pregnant by a guy in Lansdowne Station. His name was Earl. Earl. And, you know, we rode the sin wagon. We rode the sin wagon. Okay? We were not married. We lived in sin with a safety pin. Okay? That's why. That's why. And to this day, Earl still lives just right down the street. I got literally 2 acres and 2 kids. I got an acre for each kid. Taking my turn on the sin wagon. Yep. Yeah, and I got it. For the interview, I got some dog treats and some smokes. You know, it's a hard life. It's a hard life. You gotta work it. You gotta work it. And is Ron Justin's? No, I don't think so. I think Earl. Okay, Mohawk has a better answer. Mackenzie's her maiden name. There you go. I think she went back to her maiden name. I like the Sin one better. You've never heard of the Sin Wagon? Adding that to your, oh yes. Good morning, sinners. Oh God. Friends with benefits. More like cousins with benefits with them. Anywho. Maybe I should stop tonight. Oh my God. Okay. Let's see here. Look at this. Check this out. So then Janie got her coat and her boots on. Wow, you got your coat on, Janie? It must have been cold, right? Oh, new pic? What's the new pic? Someone send me something? Oh, okay, here we go. But the kids froze, exactly. Here we go. And of course, this is the swings. The swings. What is that, a bottle of bleach? What is that? Is that a bottle of bleach right there? Vinegar, something? I think it's vinegar. You know, you got to douche. That's when I go to the Dollarama. I always have Malaya take me. I go get baked beans, douche, and a lawn chair. So, don't judge me. Looks like antifreeze or windshield washer. I think a gallon of vinegar is better. Chicken douche. That's what it is. The chicken douche. Absolutely. Our cat litter looks like that. Well, they don't got any cats. No wood, an interview full of wood and magical swings appear. Yeah. Our vinegar is clear dishes. Only the industrial stuff he needs, Deborah. She's got to have industrial. We go big or we go home around here. Okay. Janie has cats. Oh my God. There's more living creatures on this property. God. And though it Janie in the sin wagon, yes. No, I never did theater. No. We seen a cat in the interview. I thought that was Janie. Probably. Suffer from hair loss too. Probably. Cats. But anyway, Janie gets her coats and her boots on. And, you know, little Jack's out there supposedly with a diaper. You switched it. I mean, no more Janie making out with the dog. Okay. Look where the cat avoided. They send stuff. Yes. Night Carol. I seen a pet bull in their trailer. You're funny. Thank you. Okay. Here it says Malaya called her mother, who came to the house. When her mother arrived, Malaya talked to her and said, I told you that they had autism. No, Malaya, you didn't work with them. That's such a weird thing to say, number one. Family members started to show up. One of her brothers went to get an ATV and they continued searching. Why would Malaya's brothers go get... I didn't get anything from Panda. I'm looking. I didn't get anything from Panda. One second. Oh my God, Panda. Is Panda still in here? Yes, it's my father. Okay. Excuse me. I bought a membership and was where? Where was you silenced? OCB, you. Thank you, darling. I didn't see that. Sorry, I was talking like Jamie. Thank you so much, dear. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. And thank you, Butterflies, for that earlier. Appreciate you, my dear. Ron is Logan's father, which is Daniel's cousin. Okay. So I don't believe Malaya's brother went and got it. Janie said for the rest, so one of her brothers went to get the ATV and they continued searching. Janie said for the rest of Friday, she searched for the kids with her family members. I guess we are. Janie provided some background information. Janie, listen to this. Janie was concerned about the timeline because there was no way the kids could have walked from the yard up to the road where Daniel was in the vehicle without her seeing them. Again, that is one thing that I don't understand at all in this document. I haven't even gotten through a 10th of my thing I put together today. Daniel was in the vehicle without her seeing them. Where Daniel was in the vehicle without her seeing them. What the does that mean? Does anybody know what that means? Yes, but this is supposed to be Friday. Thank you, Mohawk. Does anybody understand this? I've yelled this till I'm blue in the face, and nobody can understand it. Janie was concerned about the timeline because there was no way the kids could have walked from the yard. I got that point. Up to the road, got that point. But this is where I don't get it. Where Daniel was in the vehicle without her seeing them. Janie said when the kids were in the yard, she usually watched them for the most part. She did not say driveway, she said road. Yes, that's... Well, why would Daniel... What do you mean you get it, Sarah? Like, do you understand? I don't get this. I mean, I get what it says. I can't explain it. Let me try. Chantel, don't leave us. Don't go. We're pearls. We got to stick together. I'm portable. Take me to your bed. Take the phone to the bed. I wouldn't assume it would be a typo because they look and read it all and they redact what they want. So what she is saying is the kids couldn't have walked to the driveway to the location where Daniel was in his vehicle without Janie seeing there. Yes. That could only be it. Janie was concerned about the timeline. Now, you see, but this is another thing. Listen to this. The timeline, Janie's concerned about the timeline. versus what happened. Like, were you going to be concerned about the timeline, or are you going to be concerned about the kids? And remember, she initially told that the kids might have went missing before Ron called. Janie was concerned about the timeline because there was no way the kids could have walked up from the yard up to the road where Daniel was in the vehicle without seeing him. Why wouldn't they say where Daniel's vehicle was, though? Or where they parked their vehicles? I might call him and ask him on this part. Janie also only showed the news her incoming calls, not her outgoing calls. Sleepwalking, yeah. Anything is possible, countryside. I've thought about all scenarios, trust me. But I don't see Janie doing anything for a couple reasons. Mainly her age, and there's never been any violence that we're aware of, number one. But number two, most importantly, Malaya would not behave like this if Janie did something. That's the most important. A mother would not stay silent if someone else hurt her kids. Your driveway is your driveway. We call it that, and the road is the road. Yeah, that's true. Janie said when the kids were in the yard, she usually watched them for the most. Redacted. She said the kids were in school Monday and Tuesday because the bus picked them up right outside of their house. Wednesday was an in-service day and they were home. But they went to their grandma's house to do laundry and didn't get home until 10 p.m. Thursday, they didn't go to school, but they were in the yard playing throughout the day, and she gave them snacks. So, first of all, they couldn't have been playing in the yard throughout the day because they were gone throughout the day, Janie. They were gone most of the day, actually. So I don't know how throughout the day you would call that, but remember they went to the Dollarama, went to an appointment, all of that stuff. Good night, Boo. Janie changed her routine the most that morning. Yeah, CB, but the thing about it is they released this. I mean, I agree. I think it's poorly written, but they also redacted things. So I don't know. I think she's afraid to ask them or go by them. That says a lot. I don't think a mother would act like this. My opinion. I think she gave them snacks on Wednesday before they went to do laundry. Well, this is Thursday, though. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Thursday that they didn't go to school, but they were in the yard playing throughout the day, and she gave them snacks. Janie said Malaya and Daniel are having financial difficulties. You have financial difficulties. Malaya's ready to leave. You've got allegedly Daniel holding down Malaya, taking her phone, control. You've got alleged theft. You've got kids having bruises, them being behind in the school. The kids are not being watched as they're supposed to. You've got alleged math use in the home. You got CPS. It is a recipe for disaster. Nothing ever comes good out of a situation like that. Ever. Ever. Janie said Jack would not go on a walk on his own. She said she, Jack, Lily, and Daniel went for walks in the woods all the time. And they had to carry Jack sometimes because he got tired. Kids get tired. And that's without rubber boots on. And would just sit in one place. That is a very, 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 very common thing. It's the most common thing for children to do when they get tired, especially whenever they go missing. Whenever they go missing and they are done, they are either found in the same spot that they sit down in, alive or not. Hopefully alive. But it's crazy. Hey CB honey, your link, you're a member. You're a member, babe. Right. Hey Misty, good to see you, honey. She wants to donate memberships. Oh. Is that link not working? Okay. So, Jack sometimes got tired and would just sit in one place. Janie said she does not believe the kids are in the woods. And Daniel says 100%. I know. Sorry, dear. Daniel says 100% they're not going to be found in the woods there. The cadaver-dogs. You can't donate with that phone. So to donate with an iPhone, you have to go through the Google Chrome browser. You have to go through the Google Chrome browser. Blink, you pronounce it? How do you pronounce it? Blanksky? Fuck that up. Thank you so much, my dear. Welcome to the Pearl family. You've joined. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate. Blanksky. Okay, gotcha. Thank you, my love. Appreciate you. Welcome to the Pearl family. Really do appreciate you. But you can't use the app. You have to, yeah, Google and I sound like Dahmer. Who wants a brewski? Who wants a brewski? All right. Malaya provided 4 statements to police. 2 statements were provided on May 2nd, 1 on May 3rd, and 1 on May 4th. This is some of the summary. On the day Jack and Lilly went missing, she heard them playing in the other room and was going in and out of sleep. Notice a pattern here. They're all going in and out of sleep. Lilly came in the room around redacted a couple times. Daniel was sleeping the whole time. So if Daniel was sleeping the whole time, now this is Malaya's story. This is Malaya's story. This is what she told in her interview. This is what she told the RCMP. So Malaya has not wavered on that. She's not wavered on that. She says she was going in and out of sleep. Lilly came in the room a couple of times. Daniel was sleeping the whole time. Whole time. Not going in and out of sleep, not dozing, not awake. The whole time. And didn't really wake up. She's lying. She's telling a lie right here. She's more consistent in her lies, but that's a lie, in my opinion. Didn't really wake up. You don't have to add that. She's pre-qualifying. She does not need to add that. She's lying. She didn't hear them anymore around redacted. So I want to see the footnotes to this. What's the footnotes? On May 11th, I listened to Malaya's 2 initial statements taken by CST Mason, CST Rogan, and May 2nd, 2025, and read Rogan's reported date the same day. I also listened to Malaya's 3rd statement taken by. Okay. All right. All right. Malaya kept Lilly and Jack's home from school on Thursday morning because they had a cough. Not one, they. She contacted the school. Okay, I'm going to get to something right here. She contacted the school through the app at 6:18. The kids got up and came into the bedroom. Malaya was already up in bed. Sorry, Meadow was already up in bed with Malaya. These are patterns. They got up and headed out to get the kids breakfast. They wanted the TV on and they wanted to play with their toys. Everyone woke up around 9 a.m. You're fine. You're fine, bubbly. Love you, sweeties. No worries. Congratulations on your move. You're closer to me. It's going to be so cold in Ohio. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. What the hell are you talking about, Countryside Creations? Let's see. Oh, are they being little trolly trolls? Let's see here. All right, Countryside. Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. We appreciate you giving us a try. Is there anything else? Anything else you need to tell us? Here you go. You got the mic. The mic's yours, honey. The mic's yours. Mini Panthers, why are you spamming the chat? I wonder that too, because I'm going to get to that, Zach. I wonder if Daniel is still using wrenches to ward off all the spooky bears. Sadly, all the bears are gone from the house, right? Mama bear, baby bear, sister bear, brother bear. So, oh my God, I laughed so hard at you. Blame it on the puss. Blame it on your fupa. Go ahead, Minnie. Blame it on your fupa. Daniel is, that's right, Tina. The cat was like, question mark, quote, question mark, quote, question mark, quote, question mark, quote. I was like, okay. Exactly. Okay, so let me get to this. Let me look at my notes here because I put some notes here. All right. Bear with me 1 second, guys, because I do have some notes here. Oh, maybe I'll have to get to it tomorrow. I swore I had it here, though. 2 seconds, y'all. I have a really good point here, but I might have to get it in tomorrow's live because I don't want to keep y'all like. Okay. Also, in this document, this is what it says. Every little detail matters, right? Malaya says she marked the kids out sick Friday at 6:15 a.m. Then she says she gets, oh, thank you very much, honey. I was up at 7 o'clock this morning, reeling my mind with this case. I just want this. I don't want this to be another Sebastian. I don't want this to be another Summer. I don't. But Malaya says she marks the kids sick Friday morning around 6:15 a.m. She says she then got a confirmation at 6:29. Daniel says he remembers seeing an email about them being absent around 6:18. This is what the document said. Okay? Remember that. All right. Now, remember, was Malaya's phone used to do this email or the app, or was it Daniel's phone? Hey, Panda. Panda, I got your message. I'm gonna try my best to remember to text you back tonight if you're gonna be up. Are they insinuating I don't want to say it out loud or anything, but are they insinuating something about that farm? If you get my drift? And where did you hear that? Daniel's phone. Right. Because Daniel, remember, said that Malaya's phone was dead. Right? It was dead. But later on, he says that Malaya was up playing on her phone. And it was originally a phone call. And then it was an app, and then it was an email. Pick a lane, right? It's not fuzzy memory detail. You're not going to forget whether it's an app, whether it's a phone call, or anything else, right? You're just not. All right. One second. Daniel says he remembers an email coming through around 6:18 saying the kids were absent. How can Daniel remember this if he was asleep at this time as well? If it's 6:18 a.m., Daniel, how the hell do you remember getting an email at 6:18? How do you remember, Daniel? This is literally what the document says. Yeah. No, seriously. Daniel says he remembers getting an email around. What time was it? Hold on. He says he remembers an email coming through around 6:18 saying the kids were absent. How would he remember? Number one, if Malaya's phone was dead then. Number two, if he was asleep. Got his pay and they went on a bender and something went down. Bingo. Running out of ink. Okay. So it might feel tiny, but it is a hard fact that should not drift. These little details should not drift, especially which person did it, what time it happened, person, place, thing. Those things should not drift, right? Investigators love these details because they're verifiable, right? They tell you whether the story is being told matches to what actually happened in the system logs. Okay, Panda. All right. Now, get this. They got up and they tidied the house and to get the kids breakfast. Sorry, they got up and headed out to get the kids breakfast. When they say they got up, yes, you're right, Zach. 1,000%. It's those little things that'll fuck them up. It says they got up and headed out to get kids breakfast. Does that mean they left the house? It says they headed out to get the kids breakfast. Is that what that means? Or they headed to the living room? Yes, she uses an app. And too young to cook for themselves breakfast just hurts my heart. I know, does me too. Justin, Cindy makes sense. He put the wrench there so Malaya couldn't get out of the door. He would hear her. That's a good point. That's a good point. Well, I was going to talk about that wrench as well. I'll talk about it tomorrow, though. Yes. Check day. Papa, can you see me? We can see you, Susie. We can see you. Welcome, Susie. Welcome. If those kids caught the bus around 7, no way both of them slept until 9 and and weren't starving already. Well, if they were sick, which I don't believe they were sick, I believe at the very least they were injured with bruises. You would think. You would think. So it's not really written that good. But listen to this. They wanted the TV on and they wanted to play with their toys. Everyone woke up around 9 a.m. Malaya said she tidied the house throughout the day. Okay. And looked after the kids. She said she also scrolled on her phone at one point because she was overstimulated. You bug me. You bug the hell out of me. If you say, I am so overstimulated, I must go scroll on my phone. Go straight to hell. She didn't tidy at all. She certainly, that is the most ridiculous excuse. Oh my God, I'm just so stressed. Oh Lord, I must scroll on my phone. You scrolled your head away by thinking shit like that. These people bug me. How old is she? What generation is she? I mean, if you're taking care of human beings and you say, I'm overstimulated, I've got to scroll on my phone, you're annoying as fuck. You're annoying. Like, who says that? Yes, if anything. It was pretty much the same inside as it was outside. Me too. She's the snowflake generation. She is. I don't know. She's the cornflake generation. Corny. I can't. She had redacted in New Glasgow in the afternoon on Thursday. Oh, by the way, look at this. She and Daniel went with all the kids. They drove her 2017 white Nissan Pathfinder. They went to the big stop for gas, and she thought they might have gotten the kids bagels at Tim Hortons. They were probably Daniel's overstimulated. Kids being marked absent from school on Thursday morning. Yes, it does. She says that the kids were marked absent the exact same time Thursday morning as Friday morning. 6:17. Right, might have. We might. What do you mean you might have? And I'm sorry, that bagel, a freaking bagel, which is, I mean, a bagel's good, right? But it's not food, right? It's not, you got to have nutrition, and then you can have junk after that, but you got to have your staples for the kids, right? They got to eat their good food first. A bagel's bread. Just carbs. That's it. I can't. They might have gotten the kids bagels at Tim Hortons. Daniel stayed in his car with the kids when she got redacted. Then they went to Starbucks drive-through before going home. So she can definitely say that she got Starbucks, but the kids might have got a bagel. She can remember it for her. Can't remember if the kids got fed. In the evening, she was going to do some cleaning, but she was too tired. The kids were watching a show on TV. She put Lilly and Jack to bed first. By the way, they spell Lily's name Lily. Then Meadow, and then she went to bed herself. Malaya said they were late getting to bed that night and went around 9 p.m. They usually go to bed around 7 p.m. There is no way. Might. Yes. There is no way those kids, a 4 and a 6-year-old, and she doesn't put them to bed, are going to bed at 7 o'clock every night. I don't believe it for a second. I know. Starbucks is, for me, it's like a treat. I get it maybe 3, 4 times a year. She said they would stay up all night if we didn't, partition their rooms off, put a wall between the same bedroom that they shared. And who puts the older kids to bed before the baby? I mean, they go to bed at 5, up at 5 every day and weekends. Kids don't have winter jackets, and Bish is buying herself a $10 coffee. Yes, and also they have no money. I mean, let me tell you something. When Like, I bought my house to save for like a down payment and all that. I lived like a peasant. Seriously, I lived like a peasant when I was buying my first house. I wouldn't get coffee, nothing. I couldn't afford it, right? It's called sacrificing something temporarily to get what you want. I mean, there was nothing extra. Nothing extra. Cut down everything as much as I could. And especially, she's wanting out of a relationship, right? I mean, it's just it just shows their thinking. You know what I mean? It just really shows their thinking. Now, like, they had it and they weren't in financial struggles. I mean, even Janie said they were having a hard time. It's a luxury. It's not a necessity. Yeah. And I get, and this is the thing. She probably had coffee at home, right? You can make really good coffee at home. Really good coffee at home. Mhm. Well, she went to Starbucks. I can't even imagine how much a coffee is in Canada right now. Yeah, that's what you have to do, Bella. I mean, that's just what you have to do. You know, sometimes you just gotta, you know, sacrifice to get what you want. It's what we all have to do in life. Unless you're, like crazy rich or something. Um, but okay, where was that? Then they went to Starbucks with drive-through before going home. In the evening, she was going to do some cleaning, but she was tired. Okay. She put Lilly and Jack to bed at first. Malaya said they were okay. They went to bed around 9 o'clock, and they usually go around 7 p.m. Lilly was wearing a pink sweater and pink pajamas with white stripes. Well, sorry, white shapes and a Barbie top with pink socks. Her hair was shoulder length, and her backpack was beside her. Jack was wearing black sweatpants, a t-shirt, and a diaper, as he was only partially trained. Okay. Now, I need to find my notes here because there is some things I got to say. Also, by the way, that morning, let's just talk about Daniel's credibility, by the way. That kind of jumps out the second you line up the facts. It's about Daniel's phone. In his own words, Daniel rarely used his phone in one of his interviews. That is in his own word. He rarely used his phone, almost like he's setting up the idea that he was disconnected, right? Not scrolling, not texting, just focused on the search. But in the official documents, he is quietly telling a different story, right? You got to remember, Daniel says that he didn't take his phone. He said in one part that he doesn't use his phone a lot. Doesn't use his phone a lot. But he says here in the official document, 6:18 a.m., he's already referencing an email about the kids being absent. Remember, he said he's looking at an email. He had Google Maps on with location history running. He sent a picture to Malaya while searching. He filmed a 30-minute search video on Friday. He even used his phone flashlight to check culverts. How in the hell, Daniel, did you check your phone when you said you didn't take it when you were searching? But he didn't have his phone, he says. What did Teresa say? Yes. But didn't he say he was using the flashlight on phone to look for the culverts? Yes. And that is why I believe there is another phone. I think there's another phone somewhere. Something. I don't know. You would think that it would have pinged, though. Maybe RCMP is looking for it. Maybe they know he had another phone. How is that possible? It's body cell service. Red Bull Italian sodas, but I set aside money after right. Do you mean just a Red Bull? Or is there something called Red Bull Italian sodas? Or is that what they are? Is that what all Red Bulls are? Italian sodas? Just curious. What did Teresa say? Everyone's saying amazing, Teresa. And so we're going to go over that part tomorrow. That's amazing, Teresa. So proud of you. So proud of your family. That's amazing. Congratulations. It's amazing. Thank you so much, my dear. Really, really, really do appreciate you very much, my dear. So that's what we're going to go over tomorrow, that part. And let me just show you. I don't know if I got it pulled up or not. But I am making my own documents. Holy shit, it's 12:30. Was not expecting that. It's just so fun with you guys. Hold on 1 second. You guys got to see this. Look what I'm making. Lilly and Jack Sullivan, Janie, transcript, inconsistency reports. I am doing it, honey. You just hang tight, Dan, and Lele, and Jane. Just hang the fuck on. I've been working all day. I'm working, guys. When I tell you I'm working on this case, I'm working it. And I even call some people in high places, we'll say, who I know. I will find Mr. Proudfoot was right about one thing. I will tear it apart. I will shred every inconsistency, every single one. You don't lie on a 4 and a 6-year-old who's already been wronged. Something terrible. Breaks my heart. I cannot imagine. The biggest, we all fail our children at some point in our lives. It's you can't get out of it. You know, we all fail. We all fail our loved ones. We all fail our friends. We all fail at things all the time. But then there is what I call majority. If you're doing your best at any given time, that's all you can do. That's all you can do. And then there is just simple laziness, simple jealousy, simple evilness, abuse, right? All of that. And then, most likely in their death, they're put away wherever they are, most likely, and this is just the truth, like trash. When the last thing we hear of them eating is on Thursday, maybe on a Thursday, a bagel, maybe, but she got her Starbucks. That's right, Bella. Bingo. Thank you, Dean. Amen to that. Prayers for the children. Jack and Lilly, may you both be found soon. I pray. I absolutely pray. Absolutely pray. And like I said for Dawn and Candace, even if they were innocent, Dawn and Candace, which in my opinion, I believe they know more, 1,000%. Even if they are, they're still horrible people. They're still horrible people. And that's the way I feel about Daniel and Malaya. I think Malaya was probably a good person at one point, and she let whatever happen happen. But this is just one thing you can't undo. You know what I mean? Like, I always say I can truly I can go easy with anybody. Anybody. I can get along with anybody, except you want to talk about something that fires me up. Don't mess with kids. Don't hurt them. Animals. Someone that can't fend for themselves, handicapped, sick, whatever. That gets my goat. Yeah, just me. Yeah, saw that, honey. Yes. Yeah, I'm looking at that. You just don't mess with something that's so vulnerable. Kids and animals and sick people, and whether you have a mental something going on, you're not on the same, elderly, of course, you're not on the same playing field. You don't mess with something that's children. Oh my God, I'll cry if I talk about it too much. They just want to be loved, and they just want to love. And that's truly what anybody wants in life, even if you're an adult. But adults, unfortunately, get it twisted, and they make it really complicated. So, yeah. Anyway, it really is. It really is. Really is. You just don't hurt a kid, man. You don't. You don't abuse them. You know, work it. Listen, you get aggravated. Of course, you're a human being. You can lose your cool. You're a human being. But don't hurt them. Work out whatever. Listen, it's not the kid doing something that aggravates you. It's truly something that irritates your soul that you need to work out. It's something in there. Why is that irritating you? Right. Most things are even subconscious. We don't even know why it irritates us, to be honest with you. So I love you guys. Love you all so much. Thank you so much for being with me. I do appreciate you. Mine does too. Mine does too. My ovaries kill me sometimes. All right, guys. Why is there no person of interest? Because Daniel says he didn't take his phone. They didn't do a drug test for a polygraph. They waited weeks to do a polygraph. They live in the middle of nowhere, and they have a four-wheeler. That's why. That's why. In Florida, I hear it's pretty bad. And chickens. Love you guys. God bless you all. Justice for Jack and Lilly Sullivan. The Lord knows where they are. And I pray that He gives the investigators, someone, the wisdom, the knowledge to know where they are, what happened, and convicts the hearts of those that know. Yeah, sad. Love you guys. God bless you.